Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you lads and lasses. We're back here this evening to discuss the evening's Man United news and the news of the day, transfer news, etc. How are you all doing tonight, guys? Thank you very much for joining us aboard the Bacon Express tonight. 9:47 p.m. UK time. Big up everyone watching around the globe. How are you all doing in the live chat as well? Mr. Leo G, Predator Reborn, Rajat, Andy Corkin Hansen, Beats Guy, what's going on, lad? Nathan Rhodes, Kevin Kilban, Iceman, Rajat, CJ's Bullies, Luan France, Paul Warburton, Andy Manchester, what's going on, mate? Welcome in, you legend. Robert Goff, yes. AR Dan, hello to you. Lots of legends getting in here tonight. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Do us a favour at the start of the show then and hit that like button. Give us a big thumbs up. Share us around if you want as well. The link is pinned to the top of the live chat. Give us a repost. You know the drill. Share it around. We'll shout you out a bit later on. Nice one. And also, if you are new to the channel, then get yourself subscribed to the show. Subscribe if new and have your say in the live chat. Everybody's welcome around here. Unless you're a hot tour Liverpool scummer or something like that. But no, even if you're a Liverpool scummer, as long as you're sound, mate, you'll actually be welcomed in here, believe it or not. But if you're a prick, you'll be gone. Anyway, we've got lots to get into, though, guys. Transfer news. Let's discuss the transfer news. Gungshi, you legend, welcome in as well. Another legend has entered, Mr. Gungshi. PJ, oh, Ajax friends. Oh, yeah, let's get stuck into it then. So we got a bit of news to dissect. So let's have a look at this Ugarte business. There's just a little bit of goings on and reports coming out various different places that United are perhaps open and working on the possibility of bringing in Manuel Ugarte from PSG in a loan capacity. Obviously then working on Neves, etc. So look, I still think there's obviously still potential for Manchester United to get a deal done here. For a permanent transfer. There's obviously a negotiation that's taking place, but it's nice to know perhaps there is the possibility that we could get him in another way on loan. I mean, here's another report here, which is from Fabrizio Romano, that just sort of says, this is via United Faithfuls, some sort of good news from Fabrizio last night that PSG could consider a loan with obligation to buy for Ugarte. Gives us a better chance to sign another midfielder this window, which is true. So if we were to bring in a player on loan, obviously that frees up transfer funds to be able to perhaps work on a different position in the team. Of course, if you can get a deal done for a reasonable amount of money, i.e. 30-40 million quid, then it would be quite nice, wouldn't it, if we could get him in on a permanent. But we don't want to overpay. There were lots of reports that PSG were holding out for about 50 million, maybe even more smackaroonies for this guy. It's not really going to happen, not really good value. What is good value for Ugarte permanent transfer-wise, guys? Have your say in the live chat. 35 million quid. Going once, going twice, sold. So 35 million quid, okay, but any more than that, I think it's just getting a little bit silly now. So if we could get him on a loan deal capacity, that would be lovely. Nothing wrong with that. Get him in for a short term, give him a trial, essentially a trial, kind of like Sofyan Amrabat. We got Sofyan Amrabat on with an option to buy. He's come on loan. He's had a decent sort of a season. He's been a decent utility player for us. I personally would probably give Amrabat a chance for 20 million quid as a squad player, as a backup, but we've got bigger fish to fry at the moment. We're not just going to go out there and sign Amrabat up. We need to try and get better players, bigger, better players before that. But Amrabat is a good squad player to have around. But it's kind of like that. You try him out, give him a season maybe. You know, there's a fee involved with the football club, obviously, to get him in there. But then you've also got an option to buy later on. It makes perfect sense, guys. You know, I'm all about it. I'm all about that trial life, you know. So if we can try him out, great. I mean, I guess it's more of a statement of intent if Manchester United and Ineos were prepared to go and sign him on a permanent transfer, you know. That would make a lot of sense in all fairness. So there you go. What would you rather, guys? What would you rather see? Have a vote in the live chat, guys. Loan him, and that gives us maybe more money to spend elsewhere this summer transfer window, or permanent. Get him in on a permanent transfer. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. I couldn't really be asked, to be honest with you. As I say, either's good, as long as we just need some quality players in here. We just need some bods. Permanent is more of a statement of intent, obviously, but a loan gives you the ability to try him out first, make sure he's not absolutely mouldy and gash, and then perhaps sign him up at a later stage as well with an option. Yeah, I like that, to be fair, Daz Sweets. Yeah, he's a bit of a bastard, isn't he? Daz says Ugarte will be the most aggressive player we will have since Roy Keane. I like your style. I mean, that's saying something, to be fair. Who's the most aggressive player we've had since Roy Keane? Since Roy Keane. Interesting. But certainly that could be true. I mean, he likes a red card, this guy. He also likes a tackle. You know, that's what I like about him, actually. He's a bit of a bastard. You need a bit of bastardry in your team, don't you? Absolutely. So, yeah, this is good news, guys. If we can work on him, getting on him on loan. Let's see what you guys are saying about the loan or permanent transfer situation here. Yeah, he should be a great signing, bringing some reinforcements. Absolument. Yep, absolutely agree with you. Loan, says Iceman. Buy him, says PJ. Loan him with an option to buy. I like your style, Dilvani. Loan Ugarte and keep Cassie. Do you know what? People talking about Cassie like he's a used tea bag. Do you know what I'm saying? They're talking about him like he's yesterday's news. They're talking about him like he's a mouldy Baby Bell in the back of your freaking fridge that has been in there since 2017. They're talking about him like he isn't an absolute daddy. Okay, he was pretty shit last season, let's be honest. You know, I think maybe his best days are behind him, but he can still do a good job for us, can't he? So, in regards to Casemiro, you've mentioned it. Look, I'm not overly bothered if he stays or goes, to be fair, because he's not like a club legend or anything. He had a good first season when he came in, and then he's had a bit of a bang average season. But I still think, if you look at what he's done in the game, he'd still be a good player to have in the squad, absolutely. But we should still be trying to sign other players. Of course, Ugarte makes a lot of sense to potentially succeed somebody like Casemiro because he is a destructive central defensive midfield type player. So it would make a little bit of sense, that. Casemiro, keep or sell, guys. Keep or sell, Cassie. What do you reckon? Are his best days behind him? Yes. But is he still useful? Yes. But is he on a lot of money? Yes. Could we sell him to a Saudi Arabian club or something? Possibly. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know about that. I still think we need to try and add more players, not necessarily get rid of loads of them in that area, just in that midfield area. If we're going to sell anybody, probably rather Scotty McTominay shot, Bagamy shot, Shotty McColostomy Bagamy was gone. What? The K Cadet says sell Casemiro. Good shout, sell Casemiro, sell, to be honest, fair enough. Keep, sell. Well, it's a lot of money, and if he's going to be playing second fiddle when he's on a couple $100,000 a week, if there's a Saudi team out there wants to have a cheeky little pop at him, come on down. Cassie still has the hunger. If not, yeah, fair enough, Dilvani. Well, that's if. The transfer window's not been open that long, really. There's still plenty of time left. Maybe he will be getting on the old camel, lad. Do you know what I mean? And getting on that camel to gold gravy town. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. We don't know yet. And fair play to him if he does. Fair play to him if he does. His best days are behind him anyway. It's like he's now turned into a 3-star player for us. He's no longer a 5-star player. He's a 3-star player, mate. Squad player, keep, sell. Hi, Proland, what's going on, lad? Chop that wage bill. Don't think he can handle the Premier League. One thing I say about him is he's not exactly ever been like a rapid, like ridiculously pacey player, has he? So in terms of reading the game, in terms of like sitting in front of a backline, if he's got somebody along him in a double pivot who he can work well in tandem with and actually get an understanding with, just maybe he can still do a great job for us in that position, just sort of sitting in front of the backline. But he's you know, he's definitely deteriorating. Abs, what's going on, you legend? Yes. Guys, if you're getting in here, big up the pig family. Big up the bacon brigade, the hamada, the sausage soldiers, and everybody in here. If you are just getting in here, do us the honour of giving a like. Leave the thumbs up button. It does boost us up on YouTube and helps the algorithm out. And she's a cruel mistress, my friends. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Get yourself involved. We want to hear from you. Yeah, dude said 3-star like it's FIFA. Well, no, I was actually talking, it's actually a Football Manager reference, you know, Dilvani, but fair enough, same sort of deal. I was referencing Football Manager. You know, when you do a scout report on a player, mate, and you get a 5-star review, whether they're, you know, they're either 5 stars, best potential world-class player, or they're like a half-a-star Slabby Maguire or something, you know what I mean? That's what I was referencing. He's gone from being a 5-star player or a 4.5-star player to being a 3-star player, lad. And Man United need 5-star players or at least 4-star players, mate. So it was actually a Football Manager reference. Exactly. You got to earn your crust cake, cadet, mate. Especially when your crust could feed a small African country. Do you know what I mean? Because their crust per week is fucking ridiculous, lad. The amount of money these guys get paid, they should be bleeding their blood and guts out on there on the pitch for Manchester United as a bare minimum. So yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. Hey, yeah, mate, Prolands, just as we're on this whole keep or sell tip at the moment, Eriksen, guys, keep or sell. I would absolutely keep Eriksen around for another year as well. He was class in the Euros for Denmark. He's still a good squad player. That's the key word here. As you say, good backup. So I would absolutely have him as well, lad. I agree. For another season, he's not ancient. What is he, 33 now? That's not ancient. 2017 Casemiro Rodri. I'm with you, Rajat, lad. John Holiday, it's hot as fucking here. No need to say that, but I am sweating like a mother chuffer, lad. It's so hot in the UK right now. I'm in my Breeze Block garage, mate, which has been had the sun battered on all day long. I'm crispy. I'm crispy bacon right now, mate. Look at that, 28.2 degrees Celsius. It's quite hot. It got as hot as 32 degrees outside the gaff earlier on today, mate. So it's been a hot day, a hot day, and I'm seriously sweating, lad, yeah. I wouldn't exactly say what you said, but I'm definitely sweating. Sell Eriksen, keep, sell. Eriksen, not good backup. He's past it as well. I disagree. He is a good backup. He's not a good first-team starter anymore, but he's good enough to be a backup. Especially in the squad depth, that's where you want a bit of experience, a bit of guile, a bit of wiliness. Some of these old dogs, you know what I mean? You want a bit of a wily coyote in there, mate. Actually, he was shite. He used to get battered up by that Roadrunner melt all the time. But, you know, I'm talking about somebody like a wise owl, mate. You need a few older heads in there. You need a few more experienced heads. They're not going to be playing every game. But they've been there. They've done that. They've got a stain on the T-shirt, had it washed multiple times and worn it the next day. These guys have literally been there and done it, the likes of Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, these guys. You do need a little bit of that bollocks and experience in the team, rather than just having a team of absolute youth. Yes, you want to have that mix. It's not like I'm trying to be Alan Hansen here. You'll never win anything with kids. But I'm just saying, like, you do need a bit of a mixture of experience and youth. Like Johnny Evans, yeah, there you go, Shane Oz, exactly, sort of the same sort of vibe. It's like Johnny Evans is never going to be starting for Manchester United in those massive big games when everybody's fit at the back. He's coming in to do rotationary job, he's coming in to do a backup job as and when needed. He'll probably play, 10 games in the Premier League this season, and some of those will be off the bench. So it's like that. You've got players who are there just to be, you know, backups, but, you know, they've got experience. They've got experience. They've got the. Was it the 2010 World Cup when Beckham was melted? Was it? But he still went along for moral support at 35 or whatever he was. I can't remember now. You know, you remember. It's that kind of thing. He's a quality player still, and he can still come in and pass it around and see a game out. So I'm all for keeping somebody like Christian Eriksen personally. Right, anyway, so the Ugarte loan news is big news, guys. If we can get him on loan, that would be sensational. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more that comes out about that very, very soon, and if not, a permanent transfer. Then we're working on a few other transfers, aren't we, at the moment as well, which we're going to get into in a moment as well now. So let's talk about it. Let's go and have a little look at the latest situation with De Ligt. So obviously United still, really the situation is we're still working on that deal. Bayern holding out for 50 million macaroonies plus the extra add-ons, and Man United trying to do a different sort of a deal there. Obviously we're working with them on other transfers as well, such as Mazraoui. So this is from Fabrizio as well. He says, during the meetings Man United had with Mazraoui's agent, who's also De Ligt's agent, to discuss about Mazraoui's contract. Man United also received confirmation in recent days from Matthias De Ligt about his plan, despite 1 month passing. De Ligt is still waiting for Man United. De Ligt wants to go to Man United. He confirms the agreement on personal terms with Man United. De Ligt is not negotiating with other clubs as of today because he's waiting for Manchester United. So it does seem like, obviously, the situation has not really advanced too much there. Hopefully that changes imminently and we hear about the news of a new bid or an agreement in place between the two clubs, obviously. But at the moment, still, he is very much keen on joining Manchester United. He is waiting for Man United to get this deal agreed with Bayern München, and then obviously he will in pretty quick time be a Man United player, because there's not a lot to go wrong here. He doesn't want to join another football club. Nobody else seems to be swooping in and signing him, and obviously he's agreed the terms with Manchester United. It's just about now getting that agreement between the two clubs. Hopefully that happens soon, and we've got ourselves another good player who's, you know, it seems like what's happening with Ten Hag is he's trying to get a lot of ball players in the team. We're trying to now play a certain philosophy of football, which seems to be playing out from the back. You know, we've got the keeper for it, supposedly. Apparently he's good at playing out from the back anyway. We're going to be bringing in, obviously Martinez is good playing out from the back. We're going to be bringing in De Ligt, who is also good playing out from the back. And if we do get Mazraoui as well, he's certainly a very good passer and can get you assists and get you creation of chances and things like that. So we'll be working on players. You know, he's much more of a passer, much more of a skilled passer than the likes of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is a defensive unit, a quality defender, and I would keep him at all costs personally. But Mazraoui does provide us with those differences in terms of creation, in terms of going forward, in terms of passing. In fact, I've got a few stats here from Statman Dave that says Mazraoui at Bayern ranked in the top 5% of fullbacks in Europe for per 90. Pass accuracy 87%, short passes complete 35, progressive passes 6.93, passes into final third 6.30, goal creating actions from passes 0.44, tackles in the final third 0.44. So just some interesting stats there for you. Stats don't really tell the whole story, you know, Wan-Bissaka's defensive beast. But it seems like the players we're trying to sign now are all certainly trying to fit a certain system of being ball players. And I can't really hate that, to be honest, guys. I can't really hate that. As much as I think we should have different types of players like Wan-Bissaka, who's a defensive beast, I can't hate the fact we're trying to sign players who can play the bloody ball around a nice bit there, you know. That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see us playing some real quality, expansive, great passing football, you know, controlling games, controlling possession in games, rinsing teams with quality passing football. Just going out there and beating teams 4-5-0 that we should be beating. You know, like if you look at when, just Pep at City last few years, how they go to teams that they should beat. Not always, but more often than not, they just trounce them with real quality passing, dominant, controlled football. And that's what they do. And Manchester United need to try and get a little bit of bollocks about us playing out from the back, keeping hold of the ball, and not conceding so many chances at the back, because that was a calamity last season. So fair play, you know, Ten Hag's in the firing line this season, based on last season and obviously this summer, and he will be judged on these signings and how they take to the Premier League and Man United as well. People like Mazraoui, if we get him, De Ligt, if we get them, they're real Ten Hag signings. They're real Ten Hag signings, those guys. They've got the connection, they've got the history, they've got that style about them. They're a Ten Hag signing. So we're still trusting him and moulding the club in his image here of a conehead, and hopefully it works out, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully in a year's time we're talking about what great team growth has taken place in the last year. But Ten Hag's up against it, definitely. But yeah, make no mistake, guys, we're shaping the team this summer in a different sort of a way. It does seem, with the sort of signings we're making, we can see Ten Hag's trying to play a certain way. I still want Wan-Bissaka over Mazraoui. You know, I know that's not that popular, guys. Get your votes and opinions in. Mazraoui or Wan-Bissaka? If you could have one to come in there and play for us at right back, who would it be? Obviously, Dalot is going to be number one choice anyway, probably. But then we've got options in the behind them. And then also you want to have some utility to it as well in regards to playing in other positions, perhaps left back. You look at the other positions that Mazraoui can play. He can play all over the place, to be fair. He's played in a lot of different positions in his career. So he is obviously more of a utility player, slightly more useful in that sense. Let's see what you guys are saying here then. Wan-Bissaka for you. I'm with you there, boss. Wan-Bissaka. I'm with you there, the spider. Mazraoui, says Rajat. Well, statistically, he's obviously a much better passer, much better chance creator, but he's certainly nowhere near as good defensively. Wan-Bissaka starts defensively, especially in terms of like one-on-one defending. Doesn't even compare. Wan-Bissaka is a defensive beast. Yeah, Ten Hag getting his old team back together, basically, mate. We're turning into like Ajax of the future. Exactly, yeah. That's true, Alex. I mean, he does play left-back as well, Alex. But if you look at his transfer market, which is all I've done, I don't know, no expert on Mazraoui's career. But if you have a look at his transfer market, I think it's like 8 times he's played at left-back in hundreds of games. It's not like he's a seasoned left-back. It's not like we're talking about Dennis Irwin, who could just play left-back and right-back if he wants or whatever. You know, he has played there a bit, but he's not a left-back. He is actually a right-back, or even more so a central midfielder, the amount of games he's played at midfield. So it's quite interesting. He can play other positions. I take your point. Left back, central mid, you know, right back. He can play in a multitude of positions, lad. Get in there, Sovereign Saint. What's going on? Just going to have a sip of me tea here, folks. 2 secs. Nice one. Caldioglu for you. Why am I drinking tea? It's bloody 30 degrees in here. Do you know what I mean? I am drinking tea right now, though. Wan-Bissaka won't sign a new contract and only has 1 year left. Fair enough, Colin. Listen, if that's the deal, if big Aaron Wan-Bissaka just wants to do one, 0-1-2-1, do one out the club and go and play in a Gash league or something, or for a Gash team like West Ham, then fair play to him. You know, if he's really not happy about the lack of chances at United or the vibe or whatever, he wants to change, fair enough. There's not much the club can do there. Obviously, we don't want a player who's want away, and if he doesn't want to be here, then screw that guy and get rid of him and get somebody in who does want to be here. I totally get that. But is that truly the case? I think Wan-Bissaka is the best defender we've got in a lot of ways. So I think it would be a mistake to let him go, and I think it would be an even bigger mistake to let him go to West Ham. Is Spider-Wan on his way? Well, okay, let's get into the latest news on Spider-Wan. We've mentioned the De Ligt situation. He's just sort of waiting, obviously, in the wings there, waiting in the wings for Man United to get some sort of an agreement in place there between United and Bayern, obviously, for the player. I'm still hoping that we can get an agreement in place soon, perhaps 40 million quid plus some add-ons, whatever, would be good enough to get the deal done. But United trying to get him cheap, Bayern trying to sell him for an expensive amount. Mazraoui, on the other hand, shouldn't be so much of an issue, but the situation there is perhaps we're just trying to get Wan-Bissaka done, get him out of the football club before we start confidently going to pursue Mazraoui, even though terms are obviously not an issue, they're agreed and everything. But reports are that the closest sort of transfer right now to happening is Wan-Bissaka out of the football club and potentially Mazraoui coming in to replace him. Here's a report from Florian Plettenberg that says that new talks of a permanent deal of Aaron Wan-Bissaka are taking place. This was last night though, but there's still no verbal agreement between the player and West Ham, not even between the clubs. More rounds of talks. I've also seen lots of speculative reports tonight that Wan-Bissaka has reached an agreement with West Ham in terms of personal terms. So, you know, it does seem like there's strong interest there from Wan to go over there and play for West Ham. I think it's a mistake. That I'm not going to talk about it again so much tonight because obviously if you want to see my last video and my thoughts upon it, you can. It's on yesterday's video or whatever where we were getting into it. I think Wan-Bissaka should stay. I think he's a great squad player, and I also think he's just a really good, different type of right back to Dalot. And he's somebody that can play right back. Maybe Dalot plays left back if you need him to, because we need a left back more than we need a right back. We need a left back more, we need a right back. We've got Luke Shaw, who always gets pie-related injuries. We've got Malacia, who, okay, great to see him back and stuff, but is he going to stay fit for that long? I don't know, I'm not overly confident. Last season should teach us that we need a bit of depth, especially in the full-back positions where we've got injury-prone melts. So I will absolutely get in there. Yeah, Rajat says Dalot and Maz better on the ball. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that at all. They are better on the ball. Wan-Bissaka's not exactly a peg leg, though, on the ball. You know, he's decent. He can get forward down that right-hand side. He can whip balls in, but he's not as good as Dalot. He's not as good as Mazraoui when it comes to the passing. As I say, you know, if you look at the Mazraoui stats here, you know, he's very favourable in terms of top percentages in regards to fullbacks in Europe per 90-minute games. These are the stats per 90. So he's obviously very good when it comes to passing, creation, chances. As I was mentioning, Ten Hag wanting to play a certain way, and he's signing players that are going to play that passing style, you know, coming from an Ajax sort of philosophy, really, which is what he's all about. So I think it's interesting, but I don't like the fact that Wan-Bissaka is going to be potentially parting ways, because I like him, I rate him, and I do think he strengthens an opposition team in the Premier League as well, like West Ham. I wouldn't necessarily be against selling him abroad, but when you're talking about selling him to West Ham, a team that, you know, they won the UEFA Conference League not long ago, they're a decent team. It might just cost you at some point. It might just cost you at some point. And plus, you're going to be giving them a good deal because he doesn't have long left on his contract. He's signed for 50 million quid. We can't get anywhere near that amount back for him. So they're going to get a good deal on it. You know, let's sign him up to a new deal, I reckon. Super chat. Oh, mate, big up yourself. Thank you very much there, Paul Warburton, for the $9.99 super chat there, my son. Thank you, Paul. Get some love in there for Paul Warburton, everybody. Thank you for that. He says, missed you, mate. It was a daily pig treat when the Euros were on Squire. Mate, thank you, Paul Warburton. Missed you too, lad. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? I did enjoy that, man. I had a lot of great fun streaming the Euros. Now we're back to it. We're going to try and do these nightly streams, though, guys, and also in the afternoon as well, and any other time I can. I know I keep saying that, but that is what the plan is to do as many regular streams as we can. So keep yourself peeled on the channel, folks. Smash the like, smash the bell icon. You know it. Thank you, Paul Warburton. That's very kind of you, mate. Very, very kind of you indeed. Thank you so much for that, lad. How many people have we got in here right now, and how many likes have we got? Let's take a little look-see at the Bacon Brigade Legends. Also, do us a favour, guys, and go over to the Twitter link at the top of the chat and give it a repost. I'll shout you out in a bit. So, we've got 73 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like button. Let's see if we can get to 169 dudes. Right, let's crack on with the latest news then. So, Wan-Bissaka talks taking place. Big up Paul Warburton, by the way, lad. Talks taking place. You know, in terms of a permanent deal for Wan-Bissaka to West Ham. There's still no agreement between the player and West Ham, apparently, here from Florian yesterday. But as I mentioned, I see quite a few reports saying that there are talks and progressions going on there with Wan-Bissaka and West Ham. So I'd be disappointed with that, guys, personally, if that happens. But that's probably what's going to happen. Right, just a couple of other little bits and bobs I want to get into before we get into a Q&A and have a general chit-chat about anything we've discussed here. So, Marcus Rashford, keep or sell? Get your votes in, Marky Rashford, keep or sell? So, Marcus Rashford, guys, has been speaking to MUTV, and he said these following words. He said, I still have dreams of winning the big trophies, the Premier League and Champions League with Man United. Hopefully we can get that done. So, it seems like, if you read into these words, obviously, it does seem like Marcus Rashford is committed to Manchester United, is not really wanting to go anywhere, or certainly is not really thinking about, or not discussing it publicly anyway. I guess if there was behind-the-scenes work being done with the likes of PSG, then it would be kept quiet anyway at this stage, absolutely. So it's not like we'd know what's going on. But, Marky Rashford, he's got a few months for me in the bank. He's got a few months of credit. If he's not doing the business in the next couple of months, I'd sack him off. And anyway, if the right offer came in at the moment, I'd sack him off anyway, to be fair, guys, because he has been absolutely jank weasel. What a shit season he had last season, man. But on the flip side, what a great season he had the season before. That's the only reason he's got a little bit of credit in the bank for me. And he's bank born and bred and all that. So I'd give him a little bit of credit there in the bank. But other than that, he's really on the thin ice for me. Skating on thin ice. He's going to have to perform for the rest of the season. Start it well and do well. I don't think he's going to get in there ahead of Garnacho, though, straight away. But he will play regularly. We shall see. But there you go, guys. A lot of people are saying sell in the live chat. People have had enough of Marcus. People have had enough of all this chat and these talking and this guff and this nonsense. People have had all this guff merchant business going on with Rashi this season. We've had enough. We want to see the business on the pitch. We don't want to see people not turn up to training or, you know, flapping their gums. We want to see people play and perform on the pitch. Oh, yes. And that brings me on to another person who is still in a bit of limbo in regards to Manchester United. That is Jadon Sancho. Here is Ten Hag having a nice little chit-chat with Jadon Sancho in training. That is good to see, folks, to be fair. You know, a little bit of, yeah, exactly, Gungshy. Give him till Christmas to show improvement. I rate that. He's got a bit of credit, hasn't he? Yeah. Ten Hag having a chat with Jadon Sancho. Ten Hag doing a little bit, you know, bit of reparations going on here. A little bit of, you know, a little bit of bridge building going on here. I still think United are trying to sell the guy. There's still talks and discussions about PSG being interested. I see speculative reports again saying that he's interested in joining PSG and that terms have been agreed there and stuff like that. I think it's very speculative. But he is kind of a little bit of the odd one out at Man United at the minute. He's very much down the pecking orders in terms of the wide positions. However, the good thing about Jadon Sancho is he's versatile. You can play him even down the middle. You can play him on the right. You can play him on the left. So he's versatile. That gives him a little bit of something. So if we keep Jadon Sancho, he will probably be playing third part player in every single one of those roles. But because he is so versatile, he probably will play reasonably regularly at the football club, right? So left wing, you've got Rashford and Garnacho ahead of him. Striker, you've got Xerxes and Højlund ahead of him. And right wing, you've obviously got the likes of Amad Diallo and probably Anthony Gashnosh ahead of him because Ten Hag loves him. Ooh, doesn't he? So, that's what's going on there. So Sancho's probably going to be third choice in all of those positions. But that might be good enough for him at the moment just to try and prove himself, get himself back in there. I still think if a big club, a big money club comes in for Jadon, he'll be interested in going. So I don't think he likes how things are done at Manchester United. But I would absolutely get rid of him. Hey, Eddie's Football Waffle, what's going on, you legend? How you doing there, sir? Great to have you aboard the Bacon Express. How you doing tonight? Yeah, so, yeah, guys, so that's quite interesting, isn't it? Just a little bit of bridge building going on there. Ten Hag with Jadon Sancho pictured after training, quite cool. And then obviously, as I say, Rashford Looks like he could potentially be wanting to stay. Still talks and speculation about him maybe wanting to go, and there could be talks about maybe PSG. But there we go. Right, I'm just going to get into what we discussed in this video, then I'm going to get into the live chat for a bit of a Q&A. Once again, smash that like, get yourself involved, have your say. So if you missed it, if you're just getting in the stream, the big sort of stories we were talking about at the start is that United are open to a loan move, and reports are from the likes of Fabrizio Romano that there could be at least a consideration from PSG to loan him out as opposed to a permanent transfer, which is good because it gives United a chance to maybe try him out, obviously see what we're going to be getting and not commit too much financially early doors, and see how he takes to playing in the Premier League at Manchester United. So yeah, maybe an option to buy after a loan period makes a lot of sense. Plus it frees up the funds right now for us to maybe go and spend elsewhere and invest in the team elsewhere. So if PSG are prepared to actually accept a loan deal, it only really helps Man United out at the moment, I guess. So hopefully that can be done. If not, then a permanent transfer still could be on the cards if there's the right offer, but it's probably going to be quite a bit of money that PSG are looking for here, maybe 40 million plus. Also, as I say, De Ligt is still being worked on pretty significantly during the meetings Man United had with Mazraoui's agent, who was also De Ligt's agent, to discuss Mazraoui's contract. Man United also received confirmation in recent days from Matthias De Ligt about his plan despite 1 month passing. De Ligt is still waiting for Man United. That is the reports. So De Ligt's still waiting for us as well. Hopefully we can get an agreement in place there with Bayern Munchen very soon in regards to that too. And then the other big story, I guess, is just that, well, Wan-Bissaka is reportedly quite close to maybe leaving the football club, which is a big crying shame for me. But it does look like West Ham are very interested. There's been talks behind the scenes going on there between the two clubs. Could well be an agreement in place reasonably soon on that one. That's if Wan-Bissaka really does want to go, and that's if Man United are stupid enough to allow him to leave. We need squad depth, we need quality, we need different players. He's a good defensive player. Don't like us selling him, but apparently that's what's going on there. And we're obviously trying to get Mazraoui in as a replacement, who's obviously a much better ball player in regards to these stats here from last season, but in regards to defending, and not so much. That's basically the latest evening's news, guys. I'm just going to check a couple of sources here really quick, guys, see if I haven't missed anything. Make sure I haven't seen it and missed any breaking news that might be coming in here late night at 10:15. And we have got some news, guys. We've signed a bloody player. Mate, what? We've only gone and signed Chido Obi Martin, guys. We've fucking signed a player, mate. I just refreshed Fab's stream there, guys. We've bloody signed this 16-year-old lad, Danish. Ooh, Danish friends. Chido Obi, guys. We've only gone and signed him, mate. What? This is good news, guys. It's just been confirmed now. Let me get this news. Fair play. Yeah, obviously it's just one for the future. It's just one for the future, guys. It's not going to be somebody that really does too much for us in the short term, but for the future, you know, this is good news, guys. Let's take a little look at this then. So let me pop this up on the screen, and we'll just talk about this for a second. So we've just signed a new player, guys. Fabrizio Romano has reported. Yeah. That's it. So we've just signed him, guys. There you go. Pretty interesting stuff. So pathway key for Chido, who's turned down higher bids from Germany to sign for Man United. He leaves Arsenal and just accepted Man United's proposal. So that's brilliant, guys. We poached a talented youngster. We poached a talented youngster off of the Arsenal Hollands. You love to see it, don't you? Fucking get in there, my son. Come on. Yes. Oh, yes, let's go. Hang on. Just update something. Una momento, por favor. Okay, nice. So that's quite interesting, guys. I do think that is quite interesting news, you know. It's just one of those, like, yeah, not that cool because it's just like for the future, but obviously it's nice to get a player poached off of the Arsenal Hollands. We've got an Arsenal Hollands fan in here right now, Mr. Exclusive. Who the fuck is that guy? Well, he's a talented youngster we just poached off of you, Meltsnad. And he's turned down some big offers from abroad, so, you know, quite interesting. Hey, Urbano Valdez, welcome in the streaming legend. How you going? Yeah, meanwhile, Liverpool have not signed anybody. Where's Zane? He's crying under a rock right now, lad. You're still finished below Arsenal regardless. Do you know what, Eugene Talks Football? That's big words from such a little man there, Eugene. You know, be careful what you wish for there, my bud. Fair enough, I still expect us to finish below you this season, but you never know. Look, what I will say about Arsenal as a football club real quick is that, yeah, you're good at the moment, you're decent, you're playing good stuff, you're decent, you're in a good spell, but you're still not winning anything, are you? Really? And, like, ultimately, the mentality of an Arsene Holland is a bottle job mentality. So as a football club, you're just a true set of melts. You're the type of team that could go from finishing second to finishing seventh quite easily, mate. So be careful what you wish for there, Eugene, sir. Do you know what I mean? If I were you. Right, let's get into the live chat then, guys, for a Q&A. Let me go over to Twitter and shout out everybody who's clicked that link at the top of the chat and given us a little repost there. Big up yourselves. We've had a bunch of reposts here. Let's have a look here. Paul Levers, thank you, Paul. Kieran, the GOAT, Richard Wisterpeck, and Feline Fur. Thank you so much there, guys, for sharing it around on the Twitterverse, or x.com, whatever you want to say. It does help us out. Nice one. Right, guys, get yourself subscribed. We're almost at 83,000 subscribers and have your say. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's have a little chat for a little while. I am doing FIFA tonight as well, guys, over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. We're starting that in around about 25 minutes. So, yeah, big up. Get involved with that as well. Fuming with the news. I mean, he's probably not that bothered, but he is obviously a good, talented youngster. I mean, I don't know a great deal about him, in all fairness, but apparently a wonder kid of Arsenal, you know, and obviously a big signing just in that regard, just to pinch him off of them and actually sign a new player. So, yeah, it's a signing, guys. It's a player that we've brought in there, and he's obviously one for the future, and he's a good, talented wonder kid, as per reports. Let me try and find a little bit more information for you here, folks, if there's any price tags or fees or anything going on there. I don't know. But a lot of people comparing him to Robin Van Persie apparently here, you know. Arsenal fans on Twitter are already bitter about it, announcing, yeah, already very bitter about it, guys. They're not happy about that, mate. They're not happy about that. Arsenal fans butthurt. Definitely butthurt on social media right now, which is great to see. But anyway, obviously, all Danish friends, place of birth, Glostrup in Denmark. He's a citizen of Denmark and Nigeria. Attack centre forward, you know, Arsenal youth player. Yeah, don't really know. There's nothing really to go on here, guys. He's played 14 times for the Danish under-17 side and scored 10 goals. It's pretty sick, pretty cool. But yeah, it's not too much to go on. But pretty cool, though. Just an update there. Najma, hello Najma, Ugarte update. So the Ugarte update is just really that we're working on a loan deal at the moment and also potentially a permanent deal if that's not what PSG want to do. There are reports that we would be potentially capable of bringing him in and that PSG would be open to a loan move if there's a considerable fee up front and then also an option to buy. So it could happen, but it might have to be a permanent deal. But yeah, just from Fabrizio really just said that it's down to, down to the club still. But we haven't advanced with it too much, but we're working on it. Yep, not too many big signings in the Premier League this year. Not too many, no. United have made a couple of big ones, quite big ones. But yeah, not too many so far, mate. You're absolutely right. He's a goal machine, and under Ruud, he'll be even better, yeah. And then think about that, Danish friend there with Rasmus Højlund as well for the future. Rasmus is only 21, so if this guy's 16, you know, those guys could be playing together in 5 years' time all the time. Maybe, mate. Come on, Paul Warburton. Says, I reckon we could get 100,000 subs by a few games into the season. Push on. Come on, Paul Warburton. Thank you. Yeah, tell your granny about it and everything. Get them all involved, mate. Absolutely. Tell them to subscribe. Hello, Naif Alanazi. What's going on, you legend, as well? Yeah, maybe, Anthony. Maybe you don't want Cassie then. Maybe, but still quality, experienced player. Maybe best days are beyond him. Almost definitely, actually. He was shite last season. But still, I'd rather have a Casemiro than, you know, like a McTominay, to be perfectly honest with you. I really would. You know, hope Van Nistelrooy can fix Rashford up. Certainly think things are going to change with how we're playing our football, with how we're going about it, particularly in the final third, movements of strikers, boards coming in. Hopefully we do change that. Hopefully Van Nistelrooy has a real positive impact on the likes of Højlund, the likes of Rashford. Yeah, these guys, they surely got a lot to offer them. Any news on outgoings? We need to shift players to buy. Only really Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the moment, Tony. Looking quite likely West Ham are going to get a deal done there for him, which is a shame. I don't want to see Wan-Bissaka sold. I just think there's so many players ahead of Wan-Bissaka that should have been sold first. Not that I'm not for improving every position, and obviously Ten Hag wants to play a certain way, so he's trying to acquire some players that are going to fit into his system. So I understand what he's trying to do. But there's other positions, more glaring issues in the team is all I'm saying, that I would rather strengthen. Yeah, he's good at youth level, disloyal though, which isn't a good sign. Interesting take there. All the teams have no money, hence hardly any signings. No done deals as of yet, Blazing Zari, mate. No. The closest deal, I suppose, would maybe be the Mazraoui situation if Wan-Bissaka goes, or obviously the De Ligt situation if we can reach that agreement. And Ugarte. I mean, there's a few things there's a few irons in the fire right now. Something's coming soon. I haven't heard any news on Yoro's injury yet. No, I haven't heard the extent of it, unfortunately. I mean, obviously it didn't look great. Would be quite bad if he's out for the whole season or even an extended few months. I mean, I have heard speculations that he's out for a few months. Only a few, though, but yeah. Yeah, not too bad there, Nate. Thanks for asking, lad. Where realistically will Mount play? Mount will realistically play in the under-23s, mate, because he won't get any frigging game time in the first team because he's shite. No, where's he going to play? I don't know. I mean, where's he going to play, mate? Where's he going to play? In behind the striker, where Bruno plays when Bruno's not playing, but Bruno basically plays every game, and Bruno's way better. So I don't know. Mount's going to play a sporadic bit part role, isn't he? Sometimes we're playing a bit deeper, sometimes we're playing out on the wide position even. It's going to be a utility melt. We played 60 minutes smackaroonies for a utility melt. Hope Mount will have a better year. Well, I hope so too, obviously, but I don't rate him, you know that. De Ligt next deal. Yeah, oh my God, he's got a broken leg, fractured leg. Is this serious? Where is this source, guys? Got an ankle sprain, not a big injury. You see people saying different stuff. Where's the source, though? We should have sold Rashford and went for Nico Williams. Nico Williams, what a player, mate. I agree, would have been good. Would have been nice, mate. Absolutely. If not him, maybe Kvaratskhelia over on that side, mate. Very impressed with him in the Euros as well. Expensive, though. Expensive. Hey, exclusive says source. Trust me, bro. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen any of the legit sources. Like, have Man United said anything about Yoro's injury? Has Ten Hag discussed it, with press? I don't think it's happened yet, guys. Obviously, we are playing Liverpool very soon. So there should be an update in regards to that. I'm sure he'll be asked about it. Obviously, we've got Liverpool. No, sorry, not Liverpool. Not Liverpool, sorry, my bad. Real Betis is the next game, and then Liverpool. We've got Real Betis on the 1st, which is actually 3 a.m. tomorrow night, basically. Not tomorrow night, obviously, it's in a few hours, but then like 26 hours from now or whatever it is. 28 hours from now, whatever it is, we'll be playing Real Betis. And obviously we should find out by then at least. But maybe there is some legit source that's come out about Yoro's injury, but I haven't seen it legit anyway. Ian says it's like all clubs are waiting for one deal to trigger a domino effect of deals. Could be. There is always a bit of a drawn-out negotiation process. Nobody wants to overpay. Been seen doing light training today. That would be absolutely banging, lad. That would be amazing, Nico, at United. Yep, defo need De Ligt, otherwise Maguire would be playing. Spot on, Alex Walker. Yeah, right now, I guess, we've got obviously Martinez, but Yoro's not fit as of right now. So really, we'd have to rely on Maguire to be playing certainly a fair few games. So you're absolutely right. We do need to get De Ligt in, mate, and right now as well. Mainly to be our star player this season. Do you know one thing I don't like about the Mazraoui deal, though? If you look into his injuries record, he is a bit of an injury-prone melt, that Mazraoui. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, check court offside, says the K Cadet. Yeah, I like your style, mate. Next up, we'll be referencing, like Sport Bible, mate. You know what I mean? Obi could just join the first team in 3 years' time. Great investment. Yes, Andrew. 100% Andrew Gonsalves. It's like planting a seed, isn't it? You plant the seed and then hopefully it grows into an orchard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is gash for it works. I don't think that's fair, though. He just picked up an injury. It could happen to anyone. I don't think that's particularly fair, but I know what you mean. It's very frustrating. The injury gremlin's already at work. Yeah, 100%. Loads of gash injuries taking place, mate. No doubt about it. We're sort of cursed in that sense, and you can't even blame, like, the physios or the coaching methods or whatever. You can't even blame any of that stuff because, that's what's happened. Barak says, you are a motivation to me, bro. Thank you, Barak. Appreciate that, lad. Yoro has been doing light training with Rasmus. Sick. Where did Varane go? Varane went to Como, lad. So we let him go on a free, and then I believe he signed for Como over in Italia, hasn't he, guys? Is that right? Yeah, Como. Need to replace medical team. Yeah, he went to Como. Isn't that where Claudio Ranieri's managing at the moment? Or maybe not. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting move. See you on the FIFA stream, you legend. Thank you, the Duke of Rodtown. Yes, mate, we're on FIFA shortly. Somewhere in Italy, says Abano. Lenny Oro's on tour with Thin Lizzy. He'll be back next week. Love that, Paul. He's got a bit of hairdo on him. Lake Como's a beautiful place. We'll have a great time there. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it does look beautiful there. Varane playing in a beautiful country. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka had more injuries than Mazraoui. Good signs securing top talent. Yeah, I hope you know you're live in 10 minutes. I am Tricky Tallulah. I am live in 10 minutes. Actually, yeah, I am. I better wrap up this show, in all fairness. Kevin Donovan, what's going on there, you legend? Guys, we're only 6 likes away from 100 likes. Everyone take a second to hit the thumbs up before we wrap this stream up. Hit the like on it. Give us a big like. We're on here most nights, so hit the subscribe button if new. Click the bell icon for notifications. Get your thoughts and opinions in after this stream is finished as well. Come back and have your say in the not live comment section. Please do that and hit the thumbs up before you go. Nice one. And then we're doing an FC24 stream here, guys, in 10 minutes on the gaming channel. Go over here if you're not subscribed to the channel. I'll pin it to the top of the live chat there. Flying Pig Gaming is the name of the channel. Go over and subscribe there, folks. Keep yourself locked and loaded for the Man United news and upcoming videos. Also, as I say, we'll be doing that watch along for the Man United Real Betis game at 3 a.m. So come and join us for that as well very soon. Greg says Ahmad's going to be like Saka this season. He looked sensational early doors in pre-season, lad. And he had a great end to the season last season. I agree with you. I think he's a great player. Twat of the like button. Greetings there, Luke CX, you legend. We're just finishing, mate, but great to see you, lad. How are you getting on? Come and join us over on the gaming channel, Luke. Nice one, Disco Dave. Yeah, I'm live very soon there, Cake. Fair point there, yeah. Let's get going then. Andrew Gonsalves, Eugene, Raja, Anthony, Evelyn, Jamie, Greg. Thank you for watching, guys. Great little stream, this one. Thanks for getting in. There's the latest news. Wan-Bissaka to West Ham's looking quite likely. Mazraoui to United's looking quite likely as well. De Ligt is still waiting for Man United, and obviously Man United trying to get that deal done for Ugarte as well. So, you know, we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. Make sure you're subscribed and bell icon smashed and all that so you don't miss the streams. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. Follow the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. I'll put it in the chat once again here, guys, at this link here. Follow Flying Pig Gaming as well on YouTube and Flying Pig Darts YouTube channel. Why not, eh? Give them a follow. And I'll see you over there in literally like 10 minutes time, guys. We're going to be on there doing a cheeky little FIFA stream or FC24 stream. Let's be having you. Guys, thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Also, you can come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about the topics we've discussed. Please do that. Keep the debate going, you Bacon Brigade legends. Thanks to all the moderators, people like Cakenet, people like Gungshit, everyone. Thanks for moderating the live chat. Thank you to all the members in green for supporting the channel by being members. I do appreciate you all. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much for joining. I'm gonna leave it there, but yeah, catch you on the next one, guys. That's the evening news, and I'll be back with more tomorrow. And see you over on the gaming channel right here, guys, in a short amount of time. Peace. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.